Cody Rhodes recently had some major praise for one of WWE's top female superstars, Rhea Ripley. When Cody speaks in such an admiring way, it doesn't go unnoticed by fans or WWE management, and in this case, his glowing words confirm something a lot of people already believe. Rhea Ripley isn't just a top-tier performer, she's on the verge of megastar status, if she hasn't reached it already. On a recent episode of his podcast What Do You Want to Talk About? Cody Rhodes took a moment to talk about Rhea Ripley. The 2025 King of the Ring winner didn't hold back, calling Rhea one of the most compelling and talented stars on the WWE roster. That kind of praise from someone like Cody, who is not only respected by fans but carries weight in the locker room, sends a powerful message about how far Rhea has come and how highly she is regarded behind the scenes. Cody went on to say that he doesn't think the world fully realizes just how good Rhea is. He emphasized that whenever she appears, whether it's in the ring or in a backstage segment, it feels like must-see TV. Every time she's on screen, she commands attention. And to Cody, that signals someone with undeniable star power. His words were clear: "What a star! What a star!" And he's right. Rhea Ripley has carved a lane for herself that very few women in wrestling history have walked. Her rise through WWE has been nothing short of dominant. Rhea first made her mark as the inaugural NXT UK Women's Champion before moving to the main NXT brand, where she captured the NXT Women's title. From there, her momentum only grew. On the main roster, she became a Grand Slam champion, winning every major women's title, including the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships as well as the Women's Tag Team titles. But one of her most defining moments came at WrestleMania 39, when she defeated Charlotte Flair in a match that many consider to be one of the best women's matches in WrestleMania history. That victory cemented her status at the top, but the journey there wasn't always smooth. In fact, go back a few years to WrestleMania 36, originally set to take place in a massive football stadium in Tampa before the pandemic forced WWE to move it to the Performance Center, and you'll find a match that derailed Rhea's momentum. Back then, she was the NXT Women's Champion defending against Charlotte Flair, and instead of using the opportunity to elevate Rhea, WWE had Charlotte win. It was a confusing decision and one that temporarily stalled her ascent. Despite that setback, Rhea came back stronger, reinventing herself with a darker, more confident edge. That punk rock persona and dominant in-ring style would eventually become her signature. But it wasn't until she joined the Judgment Day, a faction mostly made up of male wrestlers, that Rhea truly broke new ground. She became not just a member, but the muscle and enforcer of the group, something we rarely see with women in male-dominated stables. Her chemistry with Dominic Mysterio, in particular, added a unique dynamic that fans couldn't get enough of. While her pairing with Dominic began in 2022, it was 2023 that marked her breakout year. That's when everything clicked. Judgment Day hit their stride. WWE gave Rhea a major push, and she went on to win the Royal Rumble. That same year, she defeated Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania and finally got her redemption. WWE righted a past wrong, and Rhea's coronation was complete. From that point on, she wasn't just one of the top women in WWE, she was one of the top superstars in the entire company. Full stop. Her nickname Mommy started catching on with the mainstream audience, and her popularity exploded. She wasn't just over with the hardcore fans anymore, she was becoming a household name. It's the kind of crossover appeal that WWE dreams about, and Rhea had it. Fast forward to 2024, and Rhea Ripley's momentum didn't slow down. She headlined the Elimination Chamber in her home country of Australia, had a huge WrestleMania match against Becky Lynch, and walked out with the win. Unfortunately, not long after, she suffered a serious shoulder injury that forced her to vacate the Women's World Championship. It was a tough blow, especially after such a massive year. But WWE found a way to turn the setback into a compelling storyline. Rhea's feud with Liv Morgan stretched out for nearly a year and was an absolute hit. It brought out a more personal, intense side of both women and reminded everyone why Rhea is so good at what she does. Then came the Raw premiere on Netflix. WWE booked a huge moment. Rhea returned and defeated Liv in a high-stakes match to reclaim her place on top of the division. It was a powerful moment, and it felt like Rhea was back in full force. However, things took another turn when Io Sky entered the picture. Heading into WrestleMania season, fans expected a Rhea Ripley vs. Bianca Belair showdown, something both superstars had been lobbying for and something fans had been eagerly anticipating. But WWE threw a curveball. Instead of giving us that dream match, they had Io Sky go over Rhea. At the time, it seemed like a questionable decision. After all, Rhea vs. Bianca was a blockbuster-level match. But looking back, it might have been the right call. Io Sky had been performing at a high level for a while, and this was the moment WWE decided to pull the trigger and elevate her to true main event status. She wasn't just a solid performer anymore, she was the face of the women's division on SmackDown. Io had already held titles before, but this was different. The presentation, the storytelling, the crowd response, it all felt next level. Her win over Rhea on Raw wasn't just another match, it was a moment that defined her rise. Their triple threat match at WrestleMania, which also included Bianca Belair, was full of high-stakes energy, and again, it showcased Io's star quality. The way she carried herself, the way she performed, the way she made the most out of every second, it proved she belonged in the main event. WWE gave her an opportunity, and she knocked it out of the park. So even though it came at the expense of Rhea Ripley in some ways, it ultimately worked. Io Sky's elevation made sense, and Rhea didn't lose anything in the process. She remained a powerful presence in the division, someone who could bounce back at any moment and still be a credible title contender. Now, we're heading into SummerSlam, and things are getting interesting again, with Naomi cashing in her Money in the Bank briefcase and winning the title. WWE has completely shifted the landscape of the women's division on Raw. Naomi's win was a huge moment and one that changes how you look at every future matchup. The upcoming triple threat at SummerSlam, featuring Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky, has all the ingredients to be something special. It's a fascinating setup because now we have three very different women at different stages of their careers all colliding at once. Naomi, the surprise champion with momentum behind her. Io, the recently established star. And Rhea, the former top dog looking to reclaim her throne. What's going to be interesting is how WWE chooses to book the finish. Do they have Io take the fall? Do they protect Rhea? Or does Naomi walk out looking stronger than ever by pinning one of the company's most dominant stars? There's a lot of intrigue, and that's exactly what you want heading into a major event like SummerSlam. One thing is certain, Rhea Ripley remains at the heart of it all. No matter who walks out with the title, Rhea's presence ensures that the division feels important. She has that rare quality where even if she's not holding a championship, she still feels like the biggest threat in the room. That kind of aura is what separates stars from legends, and Rhea is trending in that direction. With Evolution 2 also on the horizon, many assumed it was going to be Rhea's big night, but WWE chose to go in a different direction by having Naomi cash in and shake things up. Still, it feels like Rhea Ripley is always one moment away from reclaiming her spot at the top, whether it's through another massive title run, a high-profile rivalry, or simply continuing to dominate every time she steps through the curtain. Her value to WWE is undeniable. Praise from someone like Cody Rhodes only adds more fuel to the fire. His words not only highlight how much respect she commands in the locker room, but also how much potential she still has left to tap into. Rhea's journey has already been filled with milestones, but it's clear the story is far from over. If anything, the best might still be to come.